Perfection, not a word used in the everyday life, but everyone will use it and everyone has their own distinct definitions of perfection. By the dictionary, perfect, having all the required or desirable elements, qualities, or characteristics, as good as it's possible to be. That is the dictionary definition of the word. As I said before, perfection is found in many different ways. You could find the perfect person, the perfect movie, perfect song, perfect hobby. Perfection is all based around what you enjoy the most. Personally for me, there are many things I find perfect. One of those things being my perfect Call of Duty Zombies map. That's right. When perfection is brought up, one of the first things I think of is Call of Duty Zombies. One of my go-tos, one of my favourites, one of the things that makes me happy. I enjoy Call of Duty Zombies. Maybe more than the other person might. So much to the point where I will compare and contrast maps until I find my perfect map, which suits me best, what visually appeals to me, what gameplay, all of it, it all adds up into one perfect 10 out of 10 experience for me. You may be thinking, Connor, what is your perfect Call of Duty Zombies map? And that is a good question. That's the point of this video, actually. So you will find out. For me, there are many possibilities. You could have Black Ops 3's Dreisendrache, BO2's Origins, BO2's Mob of the Dead. But for me, there is one map that exceeds all of them, every single other map, and that will be Black Ops 3's Shadows of Evil. That's right, BO3's Shadows of Evil is what I deem a perfect zombies map. And there are a plethora of reasons for this. However, I will not discuss every minute detail that makes this map, perfect. The game's practically perfect too. Call of Duty's Black Ops 3 Zombies. But I will not discuss all of it. I just want the main things. And where better to start than the atmosphere. Shadows of Evil creates an old-timey feel. You definitely feel like you're part of an old New York, an old big city in America with all these big buildings and burlesques and all this sort of stuff, and then it's even got docks. Though it is said that the fictional city, Morgue City, which is the location of Shadows of Evil, is said to be based on real life Chicago and New Orleans. To me, it kind of seems a bit more like New York, but I also get the Chicago kind of feel as well. What makes Shadows of Evil stand out as this kind of New York feel is the music.
Love me with your cold heart.
This brings a new feel to Call of Duty. It adds something different, something that, as far as I'm aware, you've never seen this before. The closest you might get is Johnny Cash, Mob of the Dead. However, this is the first time that I believe we have a strong focus on a completely different type of music. The two main songs for this map are Snakeskin Boots, which is the most popular and most commonly found song, and also Cold Hard Cash, which is the Easter egg song for this map. Both songs are very jazzy, and they are almost like what makes Shadows of Evil iconic. Jazz music is one of the main things that loads of people talk about, and that kind of distinguishes Shadows of Evil from other places. However, one of the best things about Shadows of Evil has to be their cast. Best thing about their cast is that it's not the originals. It's not Richtofen, Dempsey, Takio and Nikolai. And it's not a recurring cast either. This is a brand new set of one-off celebrity casts. Many people will argue that this is the best celebrity cast. I still think it's Mob of the Dead. However, they are still an extremely talented and extremely well-worked cast. They gel together very well, in my opinion. Cast members being Jeff Goldblum playing Nero Blackstone.
Are fully paid up? No, no.
Heather Graham playing Jessica Rose.
Hey, you.
Neil McDonough playing Jackie Vincent.
Hey, we got a problem. A big problem. The mayor's trying to make a name for himself.
Also, I definitely did not search up how to pronounce Neil McDonough, and definitely wasn't pronouncing it Neil McDonough the whole time. And Ron Perlman as Floyd Campbell. I think that's
The
right.
last minute. I only got 2 weeks to train, but the outcome ain't in any doubt. See,
4 have all been sentenced to their sort of purgatory, where they're all paying for their sins. These are all sinners, they've all done wrong, and they all will pay for it. With the group's main objective, they have to get the summoning key, which they achieve after defeating the Shadow Man. Very original name. After they successfully take down the Shadow Man, they get the reward, which is the summoning key. They try and hand it to a keeper until Edwin Richtofen opens a portal and takes it from them. This leading them straight back to their eternal hell. This map is sort of the beginning of BO3. It obviously the first map that came out in BO3, but it also sets up the future of BO3 and even BO4. Yes, Origins did have the cast. However, that cast, did they really do anything? Not towards the story anyway, because that is all achieved in Summoning Key, then getting taken away from that universe, because these take place in different universes too, different timelines, different everything. Richtofen takes it from them, then Richtofen uses it in the Reisendrache, in the Giant first, and he takes his own soul from his past life. It's difficult to explain when I'm not talking about the whole course of events. I'm just naming bits and bobs, and it's all over the place. Trust me, it's kind of confusing if you don't know what you're talking about. So, the map has 5 main areas. The starting room with Nero Blackstone's magic room is kind of his work area, with the big interlude with Stamina Up, the KRM Wallby, a Gobblegum machine, and it connects all the areas of the map. It then has Waterfront, then takes you down to the docks. In there, you have the boxing ring, which Floyd Campbell committed his sin in and killed a guy trying to win a fight. The next district is the canals. In the canals, you'll find the detective's badge, which means that this is obviously Jackie V's area. Much like Floyd Campbell, he committed a sin. His sin was killing and bribing with criminals. You will complete this ritual in the Ruby Rabbit. Next district is the Footlight District. In the Footlight District, you will find Jessica Rose's hairpiece. Later, You'll then go through the doors and you'll go to the burlesque. The burlesque, something that they are all used to. They are all being caught there, and that is where they are sent to their purgatory. Jessica Rosie's sin does not take place in the burlesque. Well, you could say it does, but her sin is that she killed a guy after she was getting with him to get better deals and get into a movie. Stuff then got found out. She didn't want it to get public. She then killed him. Their final ritual takes place under the map. To get to this area, you'll need to open portals. There are 3 portals around the map, all in the 3 districts. All these portals lead to the same area. Then you can also power open a door in the middle section of the map to get to up and down easier from the middle junction. After you've got here, there will be a big wall with a whole bunch of symbols on it. Go to that wall, it shreds open. You then have to place every single gate worm you have unlocked round the wee pods, and then finally put down the summoning key in the middle. After that's happened, the ritual will begin. You may not exit until the ritual has been completed. And then you find out that the Shadow Man has not been on your side this whole time. He's been ploying and working against you and making you do this so that he can take the summoning key for himself and destroy the universe. This is the first boss fight. I'll put quotations around the boss fight because it's not really a boss fight, but this is the first boss fight in COD Zombies history. I'm pretty sure. I'll correct myself if I'm not correct, but this being the first boss fight, it's sort of lackluster. It's a lot of just shooting zombies and killing the Shadow Man. There's not a lot of boss fight to it. But once you complete the boss fight, you then get the summoning key back. And this is what I talked about earlier. Richtofen steals it, and it leads to the events of the rest of Call of Duty Zombies history. Now we've got all the basics covered. Story, characters, atmosphere, music. There's a lot more than just that. That's not just the basics, I'm sorry. But anyway, now we've got that covered. We're going to talk about the weapons. The weapons, they're nothing too good in this map. They are just the basic BO3 guns with the addition of the bootlegger, which is the only kind of old-timey gun, kind of. Little Arnie's, which are like wee aliens, and the wonder weapon, the apothecant's servant. Or, to be more specific, let me get the pronunciation up for you. All I could find on the apothecant servant is one name, the Estula Astoth. Astoth. In brackets it says envy all. So I'm assuming that means that it doesn't like anyone. And it is an apothecant creature. This gun only occurs twice in the full zombies experience. Once in Shadows of Evil and once in the final map, Revelations. I think that's kind of fitting. You know, start and finish, same guns. However, it does make Revelations a bit too overpowered, but it's balanced on Shadows. The gun, as you've just seen, shoots a big purple hole which sucks up zombies. Puts them into God knows where. I have no clue where they put them. They just disappear. We're not going to talk about where they go. They just disappear into a black hole, to the black abyss. And they're gone forever. Map has a first time perk, which appears in the other maps, just in a different form. This is the only map to have a perk machine for this map, apart from Revelations. It is also the only perk of this game, Widow's Wine. Arguably one of the best perks of all time, Widow's Wine, when hit and you still have grenades in your inventory. shoot off webs, hurt and slow down zombies that are in your radius. This perk costs 4,000. That's 1,000 per orb, you could say. And it is extremely useful. However, this is the only time we see this perk in the whole of Call of Duty. The rest of the perks are your generic Juggernaut, Stamina Up, Double Tap, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Mule Kick. These perks, though, have all been revamped. Not in the way of they've got new abilities, but in the way of they're all jazzy. Just like the map, they've all got a jazz element to them, with none of them being changed names or anything. All about the jazz music that they play. A spin on the original, whether it make them faster or slower, jazzier, or even less jazzier. I don't think there's any that make them less jazzier, but I do feel the majority, some of these perk jingles are better than the originals, and they definitely suit the map better than the other ones would suit the map. And as far as I'm aware, there's only one thing I want to talk about, and that is Gobblegums. This is obviously the first map, which means it's our first taste of Gobblegums. Yes, I intentionally joked about the taste of Gobblegums because Gobblegums have taste. Gobblegums are these wee additional perks, you could say. They have a limited use or a one-off use, and you can respin and re-get them again. They used to cost 500 per first spin, but now they're free for every first spin of the round, gradually getting more expensive as time goes on. Gobblegums, they add a wee bit of an ease, but I wouldn't say it's to the point where it's mind-numbingly easy. I'd say it can be easier, but I wouldn't say it's so easy. And it also kind of does require microtransactions, so you may not be able to get as many as others will. But I think I've covered it all. I think I've got it all down. So you know what? I'm going to end it here. And to get a full experience, you need to play it yourself. I'm not forcing you to play it. If you don't want to play it, you don't want to play it. But I love this map. May not have explained it in the perfect way, but it's perfect to me. And so I'm going to end it off with that. A 10 out of 10 rating for this map. It's perfect. Nothing will top it. Stuff gets close, but it will not top it. Also, really quickly, I have a Twitch. I want to plug it here. I will try and stream like every day or every other day. It's Sparky Junior 2606. I'll leave a link somewhere. And go follow it, go look it out, go check it out. Apart from that, that has been me. And I will see yous next time. It then has a connection to the waterfront, which has a mystery box location, one of the 4 ritual areas, which is Floyd Mayweather's. Anyway. Our first taste of Gobblegums. Oh, Jesus, I said it again.